Ladies and gentlemen, Ted Cruz has a Cuban mistress crisis. Oh yeah, people. So it came out that, in the National, what was it, Enquirer, I believe it was. They said they have a report of, insiders, sources, whatever, that say Cruz had a extramarital affair with 5 women, like a teacher, a co-worker, and some, I think, staffers or some shit like that. So they come out of the blue and say this, and it's, who the fuck knows what goes on. We all know Washington's a pretty dirty place. I mean, in politics, there's been some pretty crazy shit happening, like child molesting, rape. We all know what happened with John Edwards, Anthony Weiner and shit like that. And Bill Clinton. He has many people who say that they were raped by Bill Clinton. So you have a lot of and then you have shit like some of the Bohemian Grove, very weird rituals going on there. So you have some very weird shit going on in politics, very creepy shit. That's the point I'm trying to make. So. It's not a stretch that Cruz had, cheated on his wife. It's something that many people do. They cheat on their wives or they cheat on their husbands. But at the same time, there's no evidence really to prove the point that Cruz did cheat. So at the same time, there's like kind of two ways to look at the story. It's definitely a possibility to be true. It's definitely a possibility to be false. You just don't know. There's hardly any info out on the story. So, I guess we just have to wait for more info to come out if it does come out. But, I see people, like Ted Cruz saying it's false. People you might call it like just, a lie. But the thing is, if it is a lie, Like if you're the National Enquirer, the magazine that put out the story, and you just saw Gawker got sued for $150 million, Jesse Ventura won a defamation case. Would you really want to put out a false story like this in the heat of a political race that could potentially get you sued for hundreds of millions of dollars? I don't think so. It's very risky to do that if this story is false. So you could look at it from that angle, that putting out a story that is this false, that's going to get this much attention. If it is false, the and they do get sued, the National Enquirer is going to have a lot of problems on their hands. And that, Cruz just came out and said it was false. And what I'm wondering is why, is he going to, why doesn't he sue? He should sue, I think, if it's false and prove it's false. So, but, I don't really know. That's kind of my basic viewpoint on this whole situation. I don't know, if this is true or not. I mean, there's like I said, there's many angles, many ways to look at it, right now, but who the fuck knows, I mean, this could bring Cruz down, even if it isn't proven, because, a lot of people might see this in the news and think Cruz is, a dirty person or a cheater or a sleaze, and they're going to say, oh, I'm not voting for Ted anymore. I don't know, but it's definitely something interesting that could develop into some huge fucking news, but we'll see. But I find it hard to believe that that Ted Cruz is going to be brought down when he is the establishment candidate. So, but we'll see what happens. Oh, and then I didn't like either. I hated how, again, that sleazeball Cruz, comes out and says, oh, Trump, the story is from Trump. Somehow Trump, he comes out, see, that's the hypocrisy. He's like, oh, there's no evidence to prove I cheated on my wife. These rumors are bogus. But then he comes out and creates his own rumor that Donald Trump helped create this story just because he's friends with the guy at the National Enquirer. I mean, what a load of horse shit. With no proof, he comes out and says that. What's his proof? There is no proof. And for him to say that it was Donald Trump. Well, actually, if you look it up, Marco Rubio's people were actually peddling this story. So if anybody's to blame, it's Marco. And it's come out too that Roger Stone said that about a week ago, said that all the mainstream media organizations had this story. It was termed The Thing on Twitter. If you look back at some of the tweets, there was this huge thing, and it was a rumor like, what is this? They were referring to this huge story as The Thing, and nobody really knew what it was on Twitter. But then it comes out The Thing is a sex scandal from Ted Cruz, and media organizations were looking into it, and Roger Stone talked about this. Breitbart had it, a lot of other people had it, but they didn't want to publish it because there wasn't enough information on it. So don't fucking say that, this is just something from the National Enquirer, because everybody had this. It just was the National Enquirer that published it because, I don't know, maybe they found some information. I don't fucking know. Again, there's a lot of sketchy details. There's very few details, but we'll see. But this could be a huge fucking story here. Again, a lot of dirty things happen in Washington. Who the fuck knows what happened? And then, people, I see them make a big deal. That one of the accused persons come out and says, oh, I didn't cheat. Well, of course she's going to say that. She's not going to, if she did, she's not going to admit to having sex with Ted Cruz. If she's a public figure, she doesn't want to get embarrassed. So, at least she probably doesn't. So there you go, people. There's my thoughts on that.